Okay, we'll start. Ritika, you can show the screen of the unit block 2, unit 3.
It's here.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop my video. I'll start. Okay.
Stop
So,
my video too. 1 second. Do I need to go?
yeah, you can go on from the introduction. So all of us know what is intelligence now. By the previous classes, we know what is intelligence. So in the short, one very nice definition of intelligence was, intelligence is something which can be measured by the intelligence test. That was very nice definition and my favorite definition. What is intelligence? Intelligence is something which can be measured by the intelligence test. So now we will talk about those intelligence tests. So why are the intelligence tests necessary? I mean, why do we need these tests? So we need for various purposes like academic classification, occupational counseling, like kids career counseling. We do that accordingly, intelligence accordingly will try to do their choice of interest and all. Then for personal selection. So these are the reasons why intelligence tests were brought. So first we'll talk about what are the theories which are the background of these intelligence tests, on which theories the intelligence tests are based. So first of all, we'll know about the very basic theory, which is Charles Spearman, our favorite Spearman theories, G factor, S factor. So obviously no one gave theory just to define intelligence or just to tell you about the intelligence theory. Everyone, whoever has made theory, they made these theories to make intelligence test batteries based on these theories. So obviously Charles Spearman also gave the G factor, S factor theory, not only to tell you what is G factor or what is S factor. He made tests based on these G factors and S factors. So according to Spearman, G factor is common in all the individual. So therefore, whatever tests, there are multiple tests which are based on G factor, they should have positive correlation with each other, because they are common to everyone, whereas S factor is specific to each individual. So that's why the test which are measuring S factor should have zero correlation. Jensen further, he also told that, yeah, these things are good, but Jensen only thing is that he said that G factor is largely inherited and environment has very less role in development of G factor intelligence in any person. Anyway, this idea was not much welcomed in the society. So next comes Binet and Simon. He is our base. So never forget these names, Binet and Simon. From here, the intelligence tests start basically. So he said that Binet and Simon, I remember that previous classes and all, it was told that French government had told them to make the intelligence test to do on the kids. From there, the Binet was told, he took the physician Simon along with that. So he made the battery of the test to do on the kids. He made various tests, and from Binet and Simon only the concept of IQ is also coming. So according to Binet, the intelligence test should have the capacity of abstract reasoning, 1, comprehension, 2, clear direction of thought, purposeful thinking, and self-corrective judgment. I mean, these 5 things should be there to call a person intelligent. So for intelligence tests also, these 5 things should be incorporated to call it a correct intelligence test. Now, other theory on which the intelligence tests are based are multi-factor theories. So there are multiple multi-factor theories as we studied, like Thurston's primary or group factor theories. So according to him, there are 7 primary factors: the number factor, verbal factor, space factor, memory, word influency, and reasoning. Accordingly, on these 7 factors, he made tests which was known as Test of Primary Mental Abilities, or PMA. Test of Primary Mental Abilities by Thurston, based on the 7 primary factors for the intelligence. Same way, Guilford also, Guilford structure had the various categories like units, classes, relations, systems, transformation, and implications. So accordingly, he made his test, which is classified according to its, one is content, second is to mental operation, and third is product. Like Praharsh told yesterday, content was potato, operation was cooking, and the product was sambar. So that's how these three things, take the content, do some operation on that, and take the product. That's how Guilford's model of structure is there. And accordingly, he made the test based on that. So next comes the Gardner's theory. Don't take this Gardner very lightly. He has given multiple intelligence theories. So, and that's why he made multiple plants of intelligence like linguistic, logical, spatial, musical, motor ability, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalistic intelligence. So these are various intelligence according to Gardner. Based on that, he made his tests. Then comes the Sternberg triarchy theory. So according to Sternberg, there are three types of intelligence: analytical intelligence, creative intelligence, and practical intelligence. So he made tests for different types of intelligence in different ways, like making one test having three different directions. One direction will carry for analytical intelligence, one will carry for creative intelligence, and one will carry for practical intelligence. And all three together will be the Sternberg's intelligence test. Then there was hierarchical theory of Vernon. So this is kind of your office hierarchy. There is grade 1 officer, grade 2, class 3, class 4, like that. So for the highest level, he thought as general intelligence, which was given by Spearman, is the highest level of intelligence. Next level was like practical, mechanical, spatial, physical abilities. These are the next level. Like next level was minor groups, which were further divided from the major groups, and the bottom level were specific intelligence. So these were hierarchy, how the intelligence can be divided according to Vernon. So now little bit about the history, where it started. So it started from the time of Galton. I hope you remember Galton. He was cousin of Charles Darwin. Yes, he was not jealous cousin, maybe. He was friendly cousin of Charles Darwin. So he thought, when Charles Darwin has given evolution, I should give intelligence. So Galton, they did the simple test of visual discrimination and determining highest audible pitch and kinesthetic discriminations. Means use your eyes, use your ears, and use your kinesthetic. So these three things together, he made one test, and he called that mental test or intelligence test accordingly. He thought that ability to discriminate among heat, cold, and pain should discriminate the intelligent persons from mentally retarded ones. Mentally retarded ones may not be knowing it is hot, cold, or whatever, but intelligent person can know this is little bit hot, this is more hot, like that. So that's how Galton came. As I told, for intelligence test, Binet name we should never forget. Binet and Simon, French government told them to do some intelligence for the school kids. So they made 30 questionnaire for school, 30 items for the school kids to identify children with mental retardation, means to separate the kids with mental retardation from the normal kids who are not mentally retarded. He used the number of complex mental facilities like memory, imagery, imagination, attention, comprehension, aesthetic sentiment, moral sentiment, muscular strength, motor ability, and hand-eye coordination. These all things together, he made tests, battery of the test, and did it on the school kids. So this was in 1905. He developed the first intelligence scale, this Binet and Simon. So furthermore, it was again like revised so many times. So first it came Binet-Simon scale, then it comes Binet-Simon scale returns, then it comes Binet-Simon scale once again. So this type, there are 5 revisions total of Binet-Simon scale. And from this Binet-Simon scale only further IQ, what we hear the IQ, that also has come. But Binet-Simon has not given the concept of IQ. The IQ was given by Stern. Stern gave the concept of IQ, which is actually based on Binet-Simon intelligence scale only. So the IQ is mental age divided by chronological age into 100. So out of this equation, chronological age, everyone knows, 100 also everyone knows. So only have to calculate the mental age. For that, there are various tests which are basically based on the Binet-Simon test on intelligence scale only, but they are further revised so many times. These all the tests what I told, these are individual tests. Then some are a group test, which is done which was actually developed during World War I. And these are various American army psychologists developed these tests, Alpha Army test and Beta Army test. These are group intelligence tests, because in army, each army personnel, it's difficult to do the testing on them. So there was group test developed. So this is about the short of the history of the intelligence tests. Now, classification of major intelligence tests is again individual and group test, where the individual one, like the Binet-Simon tests, these are done on each person at a time, one person at a time. Then Alpha Army and Beta Army tests, these are done on a group of people at a time, which was developed during the World War I. Then there are verbal and non-verbal tests. Verbal tests are done using paper pencil, so they are called paper pencil tests. Non-verbal tests are done by activities, so they are called performance tests. So what is basically good about non-verbal is that even illiterate people can do these tests. Also, language is not a barrier in cases of non-verbal tests. So we call it as culture no bar kind of test. So also called as culture free, culture fair, culture reduced, or cross culture test. It can be done anywhere without having language bar or without having the literacy bar. You don't need to be illiterate to have a non-verbal test, whereas verbal or paper pencil test always need to be literate. Okay, so now about the different types of intelligence scales. So Simon test, first is Binet-Simon. We are not going to leave this test till last. So the Binet-Simon test had 2 forms, L form and AM form, again having 129 items in each. Then again it was revised so many times. And some things keep on adding, some things keep on changing. So you remember that Binet and Simon initially they made this intelligence scales for kids in the school, but slowly it got revised, and in next form it was done even for the adults and teenagers. So the latest edition is 5th edition, which was the last edition. So here in 5th edition, the verbal reasoning, abstract reasoning, quantitative reasoning, and short-term memory were assessed. So that is the latest version, 5th edition. So accordingly, we call different editions as SB1, SB2, SB3, SB4, SB5. So SB5 is the latest one. SB means Simon and Binet. So SB5 is the latest one, and it can be used to access the intellectual ability from the age of 2, even 2 years old child, to 89 years of age. It can be used in all the people basically. So it has 5 CHC factors. CHC does not mean community health center. CHC is the name of three people, Cartel, Horn, and Carroll. These 3 people, they gave the factors. What are the factors? And accordingly, the tests were given. So there are total 5 factors. In 5 factors, there are 5 verbal tests, and in same 5 factors, there are 5 non-verbal tests. So there are total 10 sub-tests in 5 main factors. Okay. And it can be done on any one from 2 to 89. The 5 sub-tests keep on changing according to ages. The 5 factors which are given by CHC, Cattle, Horn, and Carroll are fluid reasoning, knowledge, quantitative reasoning, visual spatial processing, and working memory, means short-term memory. So same again, fluid reasoning, if we take one factor, there will be one activity which can be done by verbal method and one activity which can be done by non-verbal method. So in fluid reasoning, if we take the verbal test, so there is ability to analyze and explain using deductive and inductive reasonings. These things are tested. Whereas in non-verbal test, it requires the ability to solve the novel figural problem and identify the sequence of pictorial objects or matrix kind of things, figures. In knowledge, when we are going to test knowledge, then during a non-verbal test, we require knowledge about the common signals, actions, objects, like that. And in the verbal test, we require the ability to have the vocabulary, knowledge of concept and language. And to increasingly difficult words, we start asking to know the mental age. For quantitative reasoning, it is basically quantitative reasoning in mathematical testing. So in the verbal quantitative reasoning, we give increasingly difficult mathematical task. And in non-verbal, we give pre-mathematics, arithmetics, algebra, all those things. I think if I go for this test, here is where my marks will go. Maths is so bad. Then in visual spatial processing, in non-verbal test, we give some puzzles kinds of, and to complete the patterns of moving plastic pieces like that. And for a verbal test, it is like giving one photo or something and tell what is behind, which is the farthest most, which is the nearest, which is left, which is right, kind of spatial thing. For working memory, again, it is about short-term memory. So we have, there are non-verbal and verbal tests. Obviously, verbal test will be words, sentences like that. And verbal test will be for tapping sequences of blocks like that, which comes after which like that, which was after which like that. So these are the 5 factors for which 5 verbal tests are there and 5 non-verbal tests are there. So accordingly, the scores are also divided. So scores are only if you take 2 routing subtests combined, abbreviated battery IQ. If there are only 2 domain scales, so these will cause abbreviated battery IQ. Whereas if you take all 10, 5 of the verbal and 5 of the non-verbal, all 10 take together, then it will tell you the full scale IQ. So accordingly, how many we do, we'll do accordingly. What IQ you need, full scale IQ or abbreviated IQ. So score for the 2-year-old can range about to 430, whereas in adult level, it can be about 520. It is so high, no? So these are the scores we can give. And if we tell the extended full scale IQ score, it can go even below 40 or above 160. It is hand scoring procedure for deriving the extended full scale IQ score. Okay, next comes the Wechsler intelligence scale. This scale is used in the school for the counseling, school counseling. For it is the most common test used in the school counseling, Wechsler intelligence scale. This has also undergone many different revisions. It is like this Wechsler intelligence scale and Binet-Simon scale are the brothers of Goleman facility. They also undergo so many revisions. So the latest one is in 2008, which is Wechsler score 4. WAIS 4. which was in 2008. So this Whistler score again is divided in 3 types. One is for preschool and primary kids, which is 2.5 years to 7 years. Other battery of test is for school going kids, which is 6 to 16 years. And other battery of tests are for adults from 16 years to 90 years. So the latest one is in the 2008, which is the latest one. Last revision of the Whistler test for adults. So he defined intelligence as general behavioral term as the capacity to act purposefully, to think rationally, and to deal effectively with the environment. Accordingly, he made this test. Again, there are 10 core subtests with 5 supplemental subtests in Weiss 4, means the latest one, the 4th revision of the Whistler score. So there are 10 core subtests and 5 supplemental tests to give the full scale IQ. So these indexes where he did tests are verbal comprehension index, perceptual reasoning index, working memory index, and processing speed index. These are the 4 areas where he did the tests. Accordingly, scoring is also different. When you take all the 4 indexes, then you give full scale IQ. Whereas if you take only virtual comprehension index and perceptual reasoning index, then you give general ability index, means it will also give 1 score, but that is called general ability index ka score, not the full score. Full score for all 4 things you take, then the full score of the IQ will come. So the subtests have again 4 subtests, 4 tests. Subtests also have 4 indexes. One is similarity, one is vocabulary, third is information, and 4th is comprehension. These are in the VCI, means verbal comprehension index. The 4 subtests are there: similarity, vocabulary, information, comprehension. The second one was perceptual reasoning test. It has 5 subtests: block design, matrix reasoning, visual puzzles, picture completion, and figure weights. Then again, the third one was working memory index. It also has 3 subtests: digital span, arithmetic, and letter number sequencing. Okay. Then the processing speed index also has some subtests: symbol search, coding, and supplemental cancellations, visual perceptual speed. So accordingly, these 4 main index. Out of these, in each index, there are 3 to 4 subtests, and then the full scale IQ is done. So again, it is done for all ages, and median full scale IQ is around 100 with standard deviation of 15. So even 115 or 85, in between 85 to 115 score in Whistler is taken as normal. Below 85 is low IQ. Above 115 is high IQ. So this is the most common scale which is done. Okay, in the school kids, but it can be done in anyone from preschool, school kids, adult till 90 years it can be done. Okay, now we come to KBC. No, it is not Amitabh Bachchan KBC, it is KABC. So Bachchan gave us KBC, Kaufman gave us KABC. So this is Kaufman assessment battery for kids, KBC. KBC is for adults. This KABC is for kids. So it came in 2004. Again, this is the second revision. This is basically based on Whistler and Binet only, but little bit difference. Here they measure the learning, means long-term retrieval, sequential processing means long-term memory, visualization means simultaneous processing, what we studied in past theory. Yes, planning and verbal knowledge. These things together, they measure in case of KABC. KABC came first, KABC 2 came second in 2004, which is the latest one, KABC 2. And it is done for the kids of age 3 to 18 years. Here they measure long-term retrieval, short-term memory, simultaneous processing, planning, and verbal knowledge. This is based on Luria. Luria was the basis for past theory also, if you remember. So on Luria's basis, only past theory was made, and on past theory basis, KABC is also made, along with CHC comes here also. They also have their cognitive abilities approach for development of KABC2 tests. Luria's perspective of mental processing index and global score measuring general cognitive ability. Both together, they made this test, KABC test. Okay. So when we see the structure of KABC, one is sequential. G is the total, SM is short memory. So in sequential, we do the word order, number recall, hand movements. I told you these tests are done, KABC is done for 3 to 18 years of age. So it is done for kids. So one is word order. Scales are, one is sequential, second is simultaneous, third is planning, fourth is learning, fifth is knowledge. So these are the 5 scales. In 5 scales, there are many subscales. In sequential, there are 3 subscales: word order, number recall, hand movements. Simultaneous, it is called GV. G is the total, V means visualization. So here we have many subtests like rover, means the child moves a toy dog to a bone or something, checkerboard like grid, something like that. Triangles, conceptual thinking, face recognition, gestalt closure, block counting. These are done for testing of simultaneous processing. Next is planning. For planning, there are 2 subtests: pattern reasoning and story completion. These are 2 tests done for planning. They give some story, half is left, some picture story, some pictures are missing. So they ask what happens next. We had studied this also somewhere. I don't remember. Then its next test is learning. For learning, they give Atlas test, means the examiner teaches the child the nonsense names for fanciful pictures of fish, plants, and shells, and then child demonstrates learning by pointing to each picture. Then Atlantis delayed. Here there is delayed record of pair associations. Then rebus learning delayed. And then for knowledge, there are riddles, expressive vocabulary, and verbal knowledge. So these are the various tests done in KABC2, done in kids of 3 to 18 years of age. The KABC is the second revision. First is KABC. It is given by Kaufman. So here are 2 global scores, MPI and FCI. Both are standard scores of 100 with again standard, both have mean score of 100 with standard deviation of 15. So again 85 to 115 is correct, considered as normal. And again I telling you it is based on Luria and CSC model. Luria model already you people remember from past theory, and CSC model which you remember from previous chapter, I mean previous page. So it is done for 3 to 18 years of age. For adults, there is CAT, K-A-I-T. So in general, in life, CATs are for kid and KBC is for adult. But in our intelligence test, CAT is for adult and KABC is for tests for kids. So CAT was developed again by Kaufman for older ones, means 11 years of age to 85 plus years of age. So they are based on integrating Horn and Cattell's concept of fluid and crystallized intelligence, Luria's notion of frontal lobe planning ability, and Piaget's constructs of formal operational thought. These 3 things together made the CAT tests possible. They have The core battery of test is composed of 3 subtests from each of the scales. These 3 scales, what I told, from the 3, there will be 3 subtests. And they are used with person having some neurological damage to find out their level of intelligence after damage has already happened. So if for the persons with cognitive impairment who cannot take the full battery, their test is, their mental status test is administered to assess the patient attention and orientation, not for their intelligence. I finished. Fast. There are so many words to remember. I don't think in one way you can remember, like which test has which all index and their subtests. So somehow I finished the chapter.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, because there is not much to understand in this. Understanding was easy. You have to remember that is so difficult to remember all the tests and then their subtests. It is